before we start with the actual practice, just to give everybody a few more minutes to join those who would like to practice with us, I will share one story. So we devoted this weekend to practicing peace for ourselves and then peace for others. And the story that I would like to share today is again something that happened to me at the beginning of this week. I was getting ready for work, and I was about to open the door when I heard someone singing in the hallway. I live in an apartment building on the 18th floor. And when I heard that person singing, I actually noticed some change in the feelings, in my mood. And I opened the door, and the person was standing right there, and he had a message to me. He's one of the people who maintains the building, and he brought a letter. And he gave it to me, and he was with a huge smile, singing, and I stopped for a moment, and I acknowledged how I felt, and I expressed gratitude to that person, and I told him how nice it is to start my day in such a nice way, just to hear someone singing. And I was a bit in a hurry because I had to go to work, but right at that moment, I acknowledged how I felt, and I decided this is how I would like to feel for the entire day. So I set up right at that moment that intention. I would like to feel happy, peaceful, and relaxed for my entire day. And I was on my way to the elevator, and I saw the person was moving right behind me. So I decided to slow down and keep the door open for that person, even though I was probably a bit late. And then all of a sudden, that person was extremely happy for waiting for him. And all of a sudden, he changed his mind because he had one of the 4 elevators booked for him. One of the elevators was on service. And he said, you know what, I will come with you all the way down to the lobby, and then I'll go back up and continue delivering these messages. And it was interesting how by slowing down, actually I was moving faster because another door opened for me. And then what happened is no traffic on the streets, mainly green lights, and I was able to arrive even earlier. And I was there in my classroom. That day I worked with about 70 students. And this is actually what I wanted to share with my students. That peace and happiness and calmness. I wanted to share that with everybody. I wanted them to feel the same way I felt. And I decided to create that opportunity for them. So we practiced mindfulness for about 2-3 minutes. And after that, students shared how relaxed and peaceful they felt. And then we set up intentions for the day, for the March break, and that's what they wanted. Some of them said, we just wish some peace and relaxation and calmness. And it was just such an amazing experience because we're all connected. We're all one big family. So the gifts that I want for myself, these are the gifts that I'd like to share with others. So if I want really peace and happiness, this is what I'd like to share with everybody else. So we'll go back to our intention, which is about feeling peace inside, creating peace for ourselves, and then creating peace for others. Let's go to the yoga mat. Sit in. Today we will start in seated position. Keep your legs crossed. You may take the flesh out of your sitting bones. Open the chest, bring the shoulder blades back, relax your shoulders, hands on the mat. Back the chin in, and just close your eyes for a moment. And let's connect with this present moment. How do I feel right now? Just acknowledge. Breathing in and breathing out through the nose. Connecting with the ground. Be aware when your sitting bones touch the mat, the floor. Any feelings, any sensations in the body. Breathing normally, normal breath, in and out through the nose. And let's place palms in front of the heart center and set up the intention for this class and possibly for the entire day. I create peace for myself and then I share that with others. So today, during our practice, we're going to create peace for ourselves and then we have something to share with others. On the next inhale, you may open your eyes, lift your arms up and look up. Relax your shoulders and look up. Keep your arms nice and long. And breathe. Welcoming the new day. And as you exhale, tips of the fingers on the mat. One more time. Inhale, arms up and look up. Relax your shoulders. Exhale, tips of the fingers on the mat. Place your hands on the waist and we're going to work with the neck and the head. So very slowly start moving your head over to the left. We're just moving the head and twisting the neck. And keep twisting and twisting. You may be able at some point to see what is right behind you. Inhale very slowly, the head back to center, and as you exhale over to the other side. Inhale to center and one more time over to the left. Looking, observing, being aware, mindful. And back to center and last time over to the right. Inhale to center and let's move the head back. Moving back and eventually you may see the wall behind you or what is behind you. But don't drop the head, keep your neck active. Inhale, slowly lift the head and start bringing the chin towards the chest. The rest of the body is completely relaxed. If you're holding any tension in your legs or arms, become aware. And then you'll see naturally, you'll release the tension. Lifting and bringing the head one more time back, looking up or back. Inhale to center and forward. And while you're moving, acknowledge what is happening in your neck, your shoulder area, these parts that are activated. Inhale, head back to center. On the next inhale, we're going to lift one more time, both arms up. And this time as you exhale, place the left hand on the mat. Keep that hand aligned with your buttocks and you're looking up. Keep the left shoulder away from your ear. You don't want them really to. Keep them both away from each other. Active. Inhale, both arms up, looking up. Exhale over to the other side. And here you may play a bit with the chest by opening and just a tiny bit twisting. Inhale, arms up, and exhale one more time over to the left. This time you have the option to lower down a bit more and place eventually your forearm on the mat. However, make sure that your sitting bones are on the mat. You're not lifting. Inhale, both arms up, and exhale last time over to the other side. And your body will tell you how low to go. Inhale, arms up, look up, and exhale, release. Let's place the hands on top of the laps. And from here, bring your upper body to the left, to the front, to the right, and back. And make these circles as big as possible. Each time you open the chest, you're inhaling, bringing in love, oxygen, nutrients for your body. And reverse direction. Each time you exhale, you're releasing the toxins, the negative accumulations. And eventually back to standing, to seated with back straight. From here, we're going to place the tips of the fingers right in front of us and start walking the hands away, away, away. Trying to keep the back nice and long, and I'm just walking my hands away, relaxing the head. You may place the hands on the floor if you wish, or just the tips of the fingers. And once you're here, start walking the hands over to the left. Moving to the left, moving to the left. And again, your body will tell you when to stop. You can't do it forever. It will eventually say, no, stop, listen to me. You're causing too much pain and suffering. That's not what I want for myself. On the next inhale, walk the hands back towards the center and exhale over to the other side. And stay there, but make sure that you can breathe. So we don't want to stay in the pose, hold the pose, pretending that we're stretching and we're holding the tension by not breathing in and breathing out. Inhale to center and walk the hands back towards yourself. From here, let's continue with table pose. Hands and knees on the mat. Knees are hip-width apart. The top of the feet are relaxed. However, if it is too hard, you may keep your toes curled. The hands are pressing down, fingers widely spread out. And we'll do some cat cows here. On the next inhale, lift your tailbone. The belly button moves down towards the yoga mat, and you're lifting your head and you're looking up. As you exhale, curl your back. These are great poses, especially if you have any back pain. So you really want to stretch that back. Inhale, look up. Exhale, round your back. Listen to your breath. Inhale, look up. Exhale, stretch your back. Inhale into cow pose, look up. Exhale into cat. One more time. Inhale, look up. Exhale, arch your back. And from here, going into neutral spine position, table pose. And on the next inhale, we're going to lift the opposite arm and leg. Let's ground the right hand, so fingers widely spread out, pressing down. And on the next inhale, lifting left arm and right leg. And we're going to stay here for about 5 breaths. It is up to you to decide if you'd like to focus on the mat, find an object that is completely still, or look right in front of you. And I will invite you to explore and work with your body a bit more. I'm trying to separate my arm and leg, so they're moving in the opposite direction, so I'm lengthening and stretching. And at the same time, I'm working with my balance. The entire idea is not to collapse into that right twist. That's why I want to really engage my upper body. And as I exhale, release the side. On the next inhale, whenever you're ready, we're going to lift the other arm and leg, but make sure that if you have gentle knees at any point, please hold the yoga mat and support your knee. So it's up to you, your choice. On the next inhale, lifting the right arm and left leg, opposite arm and leg. Stretching, lengthening, and breathing at the same time. I'm breathing. I'm here. I'm observing. I'm aware. And last breath here. And exhale, release. Hands are completely grounded, knees are on the mat, and only the upper body will be moving. For the next pose, it's a new pose, we haven't practiced this one. So with the inhale, I'm going to move I'm moving with my head and I'm trying to see I'm moving my head over to the right and I'm trying to see my right leg. On the next inhale, I'm bringing the head back, and this time it's like a curl and a gentle twist, and I'm trying to see my left leg, left foot. Inhale to center, and one more time over to the right, and checking how is my right leg doing. So it's only the upper body that is engaged, mainly the back and the head and the neck. And from here, let's see the other side, left leg, and back to center. Puppy stretch. walking the feet away from me. And from here, the chest, the hips are moving back, the chest is pressing down and lengthening and lowering. And let's remain here for about 5 breaths. The feet are completely relaxed. Your arms are nice and long. Your chest isn't moving. The hips are moving back, the chest is moving down. You're opening, creating space for more love and peace and happiness. And on the next inhale, very slowly find your way to table by walking the hands towards yourself. Let's do a few more twists. On the next inhale, we're going to lift the right arm up and up. And we're going to hold the arm lifted. And we will try to breathe. Check your breathing. So you're trying to, imagine someone is trying to lift you off the ground. Exhale, release this hand. Inhale, lift your left arm up and look up. And exhale, release. And let's go from here into downward dog. First our downward dog. Curl the toes, bring the hips back, and start moving your legs. Gentle movement. Waking up the legs, preparing the legs for today's practice. And from here, stay still for a moment and walk the feet towards the hands. Inhale into halfway lift. Exhale, tips of the fingers on the mat. Inhale, arms up with a back bend. And exhale, release. And let's go to the front of the yoga mat and begin with the sun salutation. First sun salutation for the day. Inhale, arms up with a back bend. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale into halfway lift. Exhale, hands on the mat, step back into plank pose. Plank pose. Your wrists and shoulders are aligned, fingers widely spread out. Make sure there is some distance between your feet, hip width apart, so that the weight is evenly distributed. And once we're here, let's relax the knees, the top of the feet, slowly lower down, and inhale into cobra pose. Baby cobra. You may lift your hands off the mat just for a moment to see how high you can lift yourself up without using your hands. From here, press the hands down, bring the hips back, curl the toes, and downward dog. We will step forward with the right foot. If it is too hard, you may always go into table pose first and then step forward. Otherwise, from downward dog, you will step forward right away. Left knee on the mat, left foot on the mat. Arms are lifted. Now let's check while we're here. Knee and ankle aligned. Really, that will help us with the balance. If you have gentle knees, again, if you like to fold your yoga mat and support the back knee, go ahead and do so. Be kind with yourself. Do what is best for your body. Each body is unique. From here, as you exhale, place the tips of the fingers on the mat, bringing the hips back, and we're going to straighten that front leg. Straighten not to the point where we pull a muscle. So we want to be mindful. I want to be kind with myself. Yes, I'm working, I'm exercising, I'm taking care of myself. But am I really taking care, or am I doing something else? And once you find that nice stretch in the leg, engage your upper body. So let's work with the upper body. Lengthening and lowering. Lengthening and lowering. The idea is not to place your forehead on top of your shin. The gaze to really lengthen and working from the hip and then down. And your body will start reacting. And this is the time where you start observing. On the next inhale, bend that leg at the knee. Keep right hand on the mat and lift the left arm up and look up. If you have a yoga block, you may use one and place that right under your hand. Very slowly release the side. Place the left hand on the mat and lift the right arm up and look up. Exhale, release the hand on the mat, and one more time, lift arms up. Place palms in front of the heart center. Option is to stay here. Option, if you like, is to try the twist. So I'll demonstrate what this pose looks like. So we will be twisting over to the right. You may keep your arms at shoulder height, elbows aligned with the shoulders. Or if you wish, you may lower down, place your left elbow on top of your right thigh, and your gaze is above your right arm, your right shoulder. And I'm still breathing. So with the exhale, I'm trying to deepen my twist. Inhale to lengthen, exhale to twist a bit more. And take a breath in and lift your arms up. Exhale, hands on the mat, and we will step back into downward dog. If it is too hard to go into downward dog, let's go into table pose and then curl the toes and bring the hips back and find your way to downward dog. From downward dog, we're going to place this time the left foot between both hands. Remember your option. Table pose first and then left foot in between both hands. Lift your arms up, lower down as much as you wish. Just to clarify, we don't want it to be easy for us. We really want to work with ourselves. So we're looking for that nice place, sweet spot where we actually feel that stretch. Stretching, creating space, breathing. And as you exhale, tips of the fingers on the mat. Bring the hips back, straighten the front leg. Yes, it is normal. The muscles shake, the body reacts. I'm aware, I'm observing, I'm here for that. And let's engage the upper body by lengthening and lowering. Lengthening and lowering. Relax the head. And I invite you to take your next breath to that part of the body where you feel that stretch. And exhale from that place. And imagine how all of the tension dissolves. It is gone. It leaves the body. You're creating an opportunity for that part to heal. On the next inhale, bend the leg at the knee. Keep left hand on the mat. Lift right arm up and look up. Opening towards the ceiling. Opening the chest. Not collapsing into the left wrist. So keep that lifted arm active. Exhale, release the hand, place it on the mat. Inhale, lift the opposite arm up and look up. Lifting and opening, lifting and opening. And remember to breathe. And exhale, release. On the next inhale, lifting both arms up one more time. Opening the chest. Palms in front of the heart center. If you wish, you may remain here. Otherwise, we'll be trying the twist over to the left this time. You may keep your arms lifted, or you may place your right elbow on top of your left thigh and check what's happening above This time here. So my right elbow is on top of my left thigh and I'm looking above my left shoulder. On the next inhale, release the pose, lift arms up. And as you exhale, hands on the mat and stepping back into downward dog. Curl the toes, downward dog, or first table pose and then downward dog. And let's go for a moment into child's pose. But the child's pose, we're going to practice the wildlife child's pose. Knees are separated, but to the point where I actually start feeling that opening in my hips. My toes are touching. I'm sitting on my heels. If it is too hard, you may keep your hips lifted and just walk the hands away, and chest is relaxed, arms are extended, forehead on the mat. Opening the hips. Getting ready for the next pose, which is pigeon pose, a hip opener pose. And on the next inhale, walk the hands back towards yourself. We're going into table pose first. Knees parallel to each other. From here, curl the toes, find your downward dog. Next pose, pigeon pose. Inhale, lift the right leg up and place the right knee. So I'm going to bend my leg at the knee and place the right knee behind the wrist, the right wrist. This is not an easy pose. That's why I'm going to offer a few variations. So if it is too hard to go from downward dog into pigeon, you may first go into table pose, bend the leg at the knee, and then place the right knee right behind the right wrist. And you have the option to keep your foot really close to your pelvis. However, if there is you don't really feel any stretch, then this is a good time to take your foot and walk the foot away from you. For the right hip, two options: keep it on the mat or off the mat. And once you settle in the pose, because I know this pose may work for everybody, I had the experience to work with different practitioners, and this pose may work as long as you give it a try. From here, we will go into sleeping pigeon. Forearms on the mat. You may interlock your fingers and relax your forehead. Remember the options. You don't need to struggle. You may relax one hip on the mat. You may bring that foot closer to your pelvis. As long as you feel that opening and creating space, then you're doing a great job. If it is too hard to keep your head or forehead on top of your hands, you may always keep your head lifted. Explore, play with the pose. Make it work for your body, for the needs of your body. And while you're inhaling, just imagine how you're opening your hip a bit more. With the exhale, you're just a tiny bit lowering down. Inhaling, opening and stretching. Exhale, lowering. And breathe. Remember to breathe. With the inhale, I'm bringing in oxygen, nutrients to my cells. And with the exhale, I'm releasing the toxins, the negativity accumulated inside. Still in sleeping pigeon, fully mindful, fully aware. And on the next inhale, you may lift your forehead, press the hands down. And we will go into either downward dog or a table pose first and then downward dog. Those who are going into downward dog, you may curl the toes and step back into downward dog. For those who are going first into table, then find your table pose and then curl the toes and downward dog. And we have one more side to try. Inhale. This time lift the left leg back up high up and place the left knee behind the left wrist. Remember the option to go from table into pigeon. In your choice, keeping the foot closer to the pelvis or keeping it away from you, keeping the hip on the mat, off the mat, your choice. Opening, and once we settle into the pose, let's go into pigeon. Sleeping pigeon. And breathe. And let's observe. And be aware, how does this side feel? Acknowledge. And with the inhale, just visualize how you're lengthening, creating space. And with the exhale, you're lowering a tiny bit. Even if this is not the case right now, just visualize it. And eventually it will come naturally. The more you practice, the more you work with yourself, the more you will discover and know how capable you are. Pigeon pose. So when we practice yoga, we want to find balance. We don't want to keep it too easy. And we don't want to keep it too hard to the point where we create suffering and pain. Balance. And that's what we want in life eventually, balance. On the next inhale, lift your forehead. Place the hands on the mat. And from here, step back into downward dog or find your way to table pose. And then downward dog. And on the next inhale, we're going to lift the left leg back up, high up, and keep it there for a moment. The hips are squared, the hips are pointing down. This is one option. You may remain here. I will offer one more option for those of you who like to play with this pose. We're going to bring the left leg over to the right and bend it at the knee. And in that case, I will be opening the left side of my body. So all of the lateral muscles, the muscles on the left side are stretching. I'm opening. And you need to look right under your right armpit and look at your foot. Remember, you don't need to be here. You may remain in the previous pose. And exhale, release. Relax that foot, place it on the mat. Take a moment here to adjust the pose. And on the next inhale, we're going to lift the right leg back up, high up. Stay here for a breath. And whenever you're ready, bring that, if you wish, bend the leg at the knee and bring it over to the left. And I'm opening the right side of my body, and you may look under your left armpit. Look at your foot. And exhale, release. And let's go into child's pose. This time the knees are touching, the feet are touching, arms by the side. Relax your forehead, close your eyes. And just relax. Giving some rest to the body before we continue. So we want to find that balance between movement and rest. On the next inhale, let's lift ourselves, table pose. From table, downward dog. Walk the feet towards the hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, tips of the fingers on the mat. Relax the forehead. Inhale, arms up. Gentle back bend. And exhale, release. And let's try this sequence one more time at a bit faster pace with some modifications. Let's go to the front of the yoga mat, opening the chest. Arms up. Way back bend. Exhale, forward fold, tips of the fingers on the mat. Inhale into halfway lift. Exhale, hands on the mat, step back or jump into plank pose. From here, I will offer two options. You may go into first knees, feet on the mat, and then slide yourself into cobra pose, or we will go into lower down, and we will go into upper dog. The top of the feet are on the mat, the knees are lifted. This pose, especially the upper dog, creates a lot of like a really deep back bend, especially bring your awareness to your lower back. So this is the area where we really want to bring more awareness. And from here, let's curl the toes wherever you are and find your downward dog. Crescent lunge is the next one. However, you may always go into the previous variation where you keep one knee on the mat. So on the next inhale, lift the right leg up and place the right foot between both hands. If it is too hard to keep the left knee off the mat, you may keep it on the mat, relax the top of the foot on the mat. Otherwise, we will be with knee lifted off the mat, arms lifted, and breathing. Your choice to decide how low you want to go. With the exhale, tips of the fingers on the mat, and we will try to straighten the leg. So pretty similar to what we did earlier, but this time we will keep one knee off the mat if available and possible today. You may engage your upper body as well by lowering down. Inhale, bend the leg at the knee. Keep one hand, the right hand on the mat, if you have a yoga block, use one, and lift the left arm up, and we're looking up, towards the ceiling, towards the sky. Exhale, release that hand, place it on the mat, lift the opposite arm up, and look up. And exhale, release the hand, and one more time, let's lift both arms up. We will play with the twist here as well. Palms in front of the heart center. Option number one, remain here. Option number two, start twisting over to the right and keep your elbows aligned. Option number three is to place your left elbow on top of your right thigh and look above your right shoulder. If it is too hard to keep your left knee off the mat, very slowly lower down and simply repeat the pose from the previous sequence. On the next inhale, lift arms up. Exhale, hands on the mat and step back into downward dog, or first stable pose and then downward dog. From here, lifting the left leg back up, high up, and placing the left foot between both hands. Right knee off the mat or on the mat, your choice. Crescent lunge. If you like to lower a bit more, sink into the pose, go ahead and do so. The back leg is pressing back. From here, tips of the fingers on the mat, hips are moving back and trying to straighten that leg. The hips are square, the hips are pointing to the front. And let's work with the upper body as well. Inhale to lengthen, exhale to lower. Inhale to lengthen and exhale to lower. Hands on the mat, or tips of the fingers on the mat. If you have a yoga block, you may use on either side. On the next inhale, bend the leg at the knee and lift your right arm up and look up. Exhale, release that hand, place it on the mat. Inhale, left arm up and look up. Exhale, release the hand, place it on the mat. Inhale, lift both arms up. Opening the chest, lowering down as much as you wish. Palms in front of the heart center. You may remain here. You always have the option to place the back knee on the mat, back foot on the mat. And from here, twisting to the left, keeping the elbows aligned, or one elbow, the right elbow on top of left thigh, and looking above the left shoulder. Slowly releasing the pose, lifting arms up, exhale, hands on the mat, and step back into downward dog. And at this moment, become aware of your body. How does your body feel? Do you feel any warmer, colder, cooler? Just acknowledge any feelings, any sensations, any emotions. Wherever these poses trigger, be there for them. Be there to observe. From here, walk the feet towards the hands. Inhale into halfway lift. Exhale, tips of the fingers on the mat. And this time, let's try to grab the big toes. If your toes are too far away, you may always relax your hands on your shins, on your knees, wherever you are. You're still doing the work. We're not here to compete or to compare. We're here to explore and learn more about ourselves. And on the next inhale, arms up. And exhale, release the arms. And let's continue with tree pose. Balancing poses. Relax your arms. And let's begin with the left foot. Left foot off the mat. Place your left foot, either the toes on the mat, on your calf muscle, inner thigh, or eventually if you'd like to place it on top of your thigh, you may. And find your tree pose, peaceful tree pose. Connect with your heart. The peace and the happiness, they're always there for you. Covered sometimes under layers of other emotions. But they're always available for us if we're ready to see them and to connect with them. They will be always there for us. Connecting with the peace with it. Connecting with the happiness with it. Connecting with your true magnificent self. And find your happy tree pose. Think of the happiness and the peace as the sun. The sun is always there, but there are clouds that prevent us from seeing it. On the next inhale, open your branches, happy trees. And if you wish to give your best smile, now is the time. And lift your arm and lift your leg up. Happy tree, peaceful, free, and release. And one more side to go. We have only 2 legs. How fortunate we are. On the next inhale, let's lift the right foot. You know the 3-4 options. Choose the one that works best for you. And connect with your heart on this side. Connect with yourself. Connect with the beauty within. Even if you find this pose very challenging, you may play with the pose by deepening the sound of the breath. By deepening the breath, you'll be able to hear your own breath. And this is what brings attention to this moment. On the next inhale, opening the branches. If you feel like smiling, give yourself your best smile and lift the right leg. And exhale, release. Another balancing pose. We will start with in the same way. We're going to lift the left foot first, but this time, using the hands, I'm going to interlace my fingers, place them on top of my shin, and try to bring that knee really close to my chest. If it is too hard to stay on one leg, you may always use a chair to help you a bit with the balance. Or you may use the wall that is nearby to help with the balance. And I will offer a variation here. Option is to stay. Option is to extend your right arm over to the right. You're still looking up. If you find yourself pretty stable and still here, you may continue with this pose where you're bringing your left leg over to the left. So I'm opening. I'm balancing, opening. And if you wish, your gaze moves, your head twists over to the right. So eventually you're looking above your right arm. If you'd like to explore and play with this pose, give it a try. And very slowly release the pose. Release your leg. If you like to move a bit to get ready for the other side, then let's give it a try. On the next inhale, lifting the right foot with the fingers, hands, I'm trying to bring that knee really close to my chest. And let's remain here. Wherever your level is, each day you're a different person. One day you may need some props, some support. Another day you may not need these props. So even if you find yourself that you're not very balanced, then use something to help you get into the pose. Don't be judgmental. Be kind with yourself. This is who I am right now at this moment. I'm not the person who I was 1 or 2 minutes or 5 minutes ago or yesterday. The fact that I did the pose yesterday doesn't mean that I'll be able to do it at every single moment. I'm aware. I'm a human being. I change, and I'm there for that. If you'd like to explore and play with this pose, extend your arm, left arm to the side, to one side, focusing, balancing. And if you wish, you may bring your leg over to your right side, and eventually the gaze is above your left arm. And slowly release the pose. You may gently massage your toes. And let's try one more pose, Warrior 3. In Warrior 3, we're going to lift arms up and we will bring the right leg back. And this is what eventually this pose looks like. You may use a chair. The chair will definitely help you with the balance. And again, this pose may work for you as well. So lifting the arms up, and as you exhale, you may grab your chair, And just keep that leg lifted. And you may play with this pose. You may just hold with one arm and then hold, release one arm, release one hand. And eventually you may try just for a moment to release both hands and see how that one works. Make this pose work for your body and very slowly release this side. And we're going to try the other side. Remember the options. Inhale, arms up. And this time, from the hips, moving forward and down and lifting the back of the left leg. And let's remain here for a few breaths. And very slowly release the pose, release your arms. And let's go into chair pose. Before we do some seated poses, chair pose. Sit comfortably. Arms are extended. You may keep the knees away from each other, hip width apart, feet some distance apart, or you may keep them really close, your choice. You may lift your toes off the mat, activate your toes. And very slowly start lowering down, and eventually sit on the mat. And let's play a bit with the ab muscles. Bow pose. Opening the chest, and on the next inhale, let's lift both feet off the mat. Arms by the side. Chest is open and you're looking at your toes. You may say hi to your toes. Tap your toes. In this pose, I really want to engage my back. I don't want to collapse. I want to lift and lengthen. And breathe. And become aware of your ab muscles. Become aware of your legs, your arms. And exhale, release. Feet on the floor, on the mat. Give yourself a hug. Open the chest, close your eyes. And right at this moment, check how you feel. You may feel different than a few minutes ago. What is happening with my body? Become curious about yourself. And on the next inhale, open your eyes. And let's try this pose with a slight variation. So this time, we're going to lift the legs and keep them nice and long and straight. If it is too hard, option is to repeat the previous pose. Okay, on the next inhale, let's lift the legs up. And remember to work with your back as well. The legs are moving towards the chest. The arms are trying to lift me a bit higher. And I'm breathing. And yes, my muscles are shaking. I'm aware of that. They're working. That's what I would like for myself. But I don't feel any pain. And exhale. Release the feet, give yourself a hug, close your eyes. On the next inhale, open your eyes, and this time we will reach for the big toes. Let's see if we can grab our big toes. Remember the option to use for this pose may use a yoga strap, and that will help you lift. So this is what the pose looks like. With index and middle finger, grab your big toes and slowly start lifting and lifting and lifting. You may keep your feet really close to the mat, or you may lift them a bit higher. Keep the legs bent if you wish at the knees, or you may continue lifting, and eventually your legs will be completely straight up. However, if this doesn't work and you have a yoga strap or simply a belt, you may use it, and that will definitely help you lift your legs up. For this pose, one thing to be mindful of is that you may fall back. So that means that you need some space. So even if you go back, you need to make sure that there is some space behind you. And even if you fall back, there is a way to return back. And find your way to the pose. And very slowly, feet on the floor. And before we go into lying down on the mat, we'll try one more pose. Extend your left leg and place the right foot on the inner thigh. And on the next inhale, curl your toes, activate your left foot. And on the next inhale, lift your arms up and moving from the hips, start slowly lowering down. Start to lower down. You may place your hands on your shin, you may grab your ankle, you may grab your foot. And work with your upper body. So you really want to lengthen and lower, lengthen and lower, lengthen and lower, lengthen and lower. On the next inhale, lift your arms up. Place the right hand right behind your hip. And if you wish, so this is one option where you keep one arm lifted and you're looking up. Another option is to start lifting your hips, your buttocks, and you're opening up towards the ceiling and you're looking up. And exhale, lower down and release the pose. And let's switch sides. This time my right leg is extended, left foot on the inside. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, start lowering down from the hip, moving forward and down, reaching for my foot. Eventually, you may place your hands anywhere on your leg. And remember the breath, that powerful breath that helps you lengthen and lower. It just creates another opportunity. Lengthen and lower. Explore your body. On the next inhale, lift both arms up. As you exhale, left hand on the mat, right behind your buttocks. And if you wish, you may keep just one arm lifted, or you lift your hips and open up towards the ceiling and look up. Exhale, release the pose. Hips are on the mat. Extend both legs. And we're ready to lie down on the mat. Make sure that there is room behind you. Feet, heels touching, and arms are extended. And slowly, breath by breath, start lowering down until you're eventually on the mat. Lower down, lower down, lower down until you're on the mat. Arms by the side. And one more pose before we go into Shavasana. It's a spinal twist. On the next inhale, bring the left knee towards your chest. Place the right hand on top of your knee and very slowly start bringing that leg over to the right. Extend your left arm over to the left and gaze is above the left arm. If your left knee is in the air, see if you may lower it a tiny bit, and eventually you may place it on the mat, on the floor. Very slowly release this side, this leg, place it on the mat, and on the next inhale, right knee moves towards the chest. Place the left hand on top of the right knee, and slowly start moving that leg over to the left. Extend your right arm over to the right, and your gaze is above your right arm. Whenever you need a stretch, this is a great pose you can do at any point of the day. Just for a few moments. And very slowly release the pose and find your way to the final pose. Relaxation, deep relaxation. Arms by the side. Shoulder blades moving towards each other. Chest is open. Extend your legs. And close your eyes. And allow your body to take care of yourself. This is the great time to express gratitude to yourself for taking care of yourself, for being kind with yourself. And I will guide you in this pose. I'll be in seated. Shavasana. That's what the body needs from time to time. It needs rest. Relax your whole body. And now visualize that loving sun that shines upon each one of us and make us feel happy. So the sun now is shining at you, sending its love your way. And bring your attention to the tip of your toes and just visualize how the sun rays gently touch the tip of your toes and they dissolve. All of the tension, any negative accumulations in that part of the body are gone. They dissolve. Oh, very slowly, the sun touches your feet, your ankles, and the sun helps you release all of the tension, all of the toxins, all of the stress accumulated in the feet and ankles. And just visualize how it is all gone. It leaves your body. Very slowly, the sun touches and gently and kindly touches your shins, your ankles, your shins, your calves, your knees. And all the tension is gone. And you feel lighter and more relaxed. And the sun, with its loving energy, touches your thighs, your belly, your hips, and your belly, your thighs and hips are completely relaxed. The sun shines on your heart, your chest, and all the tension, all of the stress dissolves and it's gone. And now the sun gently touches your lower back, your upper back, and you feel a sense of relief. There's a sense of relief and relaxation. And very slowly, the sun with its loving energy touches your shoulders, your elbows, your wrists and hands, and both of your arms, from the shoulders down to the elbows, to the wrists, and to the tips of your fingers, are completely relaxed. Your neck is completely relaxed. And now the sun very gently touches your face, and your mouth, your tongue, your jaw, your chin and cheeks, your eyes and eyelids, your nose, your forehead. All of them are completely relaxed. The ears are completely relaxed. The entire face is completely relaxed. And the head is completely relaxed. I relax my body. I relax my body. My body is relaxed. I relax my body. I relax my body. My body is relaxed. Very slowly bring the attention to your breathing. Wiggle your toes, your fingers, waking up the body, preparing the body for this beautiful day or evening. Bring your arms overhead and give yourself a nice stretch. Knees towards the chest and give yourself a hug. Rock from side to side and rock over to your favorite side and pause there for a moment. On the next inhale, find your way to seated, comfortable seated with legs crossed. And just keep in mind that the head is the last part of the body that goes completely straight, just to give a bit more time to that part of the body to align with the rest of the body. Palms in front of the heart center. Connect with your beautiful heart. Connect with the divinity within. And speaking from your heart, thumbs between your eyebrows and repeat mentally, let my thoughts be kind, and send a few kind thoughts to yourself. Comes closer to your lips and repeat mentally, let my words be kind. And send some kind words to everyone who practiced yoga with you this morning or this afternoon, wherever you are. Comes closer to your heart and repeat mentally, let my actions be kind. And do something kind for this beautiful planet that we all live on when you have a chance, opportunity. May all beings be happy, be in peace, and be free from fear and negativity. The divine in me bows to the divine in you. Namaste. And just for a few moments, we will practice mindfulness. And today's mindfulness practice will be about relaxing. We are going to relax. We're going to try for about 2 minutes to relax completely, keeping the eyes closed and relaxing. If we notice, so our job is to observe. And the moment I notice that I'm holding any tension in any part of my body, I try to relax that part. You may sit comfortably, you may sit on a chair with your back straight. Try to keep your back straight. Opening the chest, relaxing the hands, and close your eyes, and for about 2 minutes will be completely in silence. And your job is to observe, and the moment you notice any tension, relax. And let's begin. very slowly bring the attention to your breathing. Move your head from side to side. You may wiggle your toes, your fingers. And you may rub your hands. And you may place your palms on top of your eyelids and just keep them there for a moment. And when you're ready, open your eyes and smile at the world around you. Thank you all for joining me today and for practicing with me. Create peace for yourself and share that amazing gift with everybody.